SWAT is Florida's statewide youth organization working to mobilize, educate, and equip Florida's youth to revolt against tobacco and deglamorize it. We're an organization whose members turn their outrage into action. Big Tobacco spends millions of dollars in Florida to recruit new members and keep their current ones. Our mission motivates us to make a lasting impact on future generations in the way that they view tobacco. In order to do this, we have to make it less desirable, less acceptable, and less available. SWAT is youth-led, so we come up with ideas to get our peers involved and raise awareness.
Don't light that cigarette! Hey, don't light that cigarette! Don't light that cigarette! Hey, don't light that cigarette!
On August 25, 1997, Florida became the second state to file a lawsuit against the tobacco industries. After that, all the other states followed suit and entered into the Master Settlement Agreement against Big Tobacco.
The Master Settlement Agreement was meant to punish Big Tobacco for their decades of deception and to help states pay for Medicaid costs for sick tobacco users.
Using funds from the tobacco lawsuits, SWAT was created in 1998 at the Teen Tobacco Summit, where 600 middle and high school students met to develop their plan to spread the word about big tobacco.
The SWAT organization has come a long way in its membership and its tactics. We are youth, and we are empowered as an organization committed to exposing the manipulative tactics of tobacco companies. Today, there are many SWAT chapters in every single county in Florida. These SWAT clubs are joining forces to advocate the policy changes we need to see.
Currently, there are over 350 school and community-based SWAT clubs. That's over 4,000 students statewide. That's a pretty big family.
Forget everything you think you know about SWAT. All we are a bunch of students working against tobacco companies and their manipulative marketing tactics. Our long-term goal is to improve the health of Florida residents. We do not only focus on talking about the negative health consequences of using tobacco products, but we also talk about the truth behind the manipulative, deceptive marketing tactics used by tobacco companies. We are not against tobacco product users, we are against tobacco companies. If you know or love someone who needs help quitting, please direct them to Tobacco Free Florida's 3 Ways to Quit program at the website right here. And get this, it's free.
The good news is that every year, more and more tobacco users are quitting. But not all tobacco users are quitting, and that's really bad news. Every day, an estimated 1,300 people in the United States die because of smoking. That means big tobacco companies are losing 1,300 customers every single day. To stay in business, Big Tobacco targets a new generation of tobacco users, kids and teens, which they call replacement smokers. Big Tobacco wants you to think smoking is a cool, mature adult choice, but the facts prove otherwise. Nearly 9 out of 10 smokers start smoking before the age of 18.
In our area, the average age for the initiation of tobacco use is 11 years old.
New tobacco products with flavors and different colorful packages are introduced in our communities every single day, all with the goal of enticing teens to spend their money and increase profit for big tobacco companies.
I don't want to be used for money. I don't want my friends and family to have to deal with health issues all through their entire life just because the industry wants to make a few extra bucks. In 1978, one tobacco executive said, "Unhappiness is the cause of cancer." There are numerous tobacco industry documents that let us know that executives think of teens, like you and me, as important targets for their products by marketing them towards us and developing flavored tobacco. In archived documents, there are chairmen of companies like Liggett & Myers Tobacco Company stating, if you're really and truly not going to sell to children, you're going to be out of business in 30 years. There's also internal files from R.J. Reynolds saying, younger adult smokers are the only source of replacement smokers. If younger adults turn away from smoking, the industry must decline. Even Philip Morris has archive reports stating, it is important to know as much as possible about teenage smoking patterns and attitudes. Today's teenager is tomorrow's potential regular customer, and the overwhelming majority of smokers first begin to smoke while in their teens. They expect us to replace their older smokers. A memo on the sale of Newport cigarettes written by one of the tobacco executives in 1978 said, the base of our business is the high school student. They back all of these statements up by spending $24 million a day. That's $1 million every hour to market these deadly products to us. This is a problem because
smoking causes cancer, heart diseases, strokes, and lung diseases including emphysema, bronchitis, and even chronic airway obstruction. Tobacco use is responsible for over 443,000 deaths every year. More people die every year from a tobacco-related illness than people who die from alcohol, AIDS, car crashes, illegal drug use, murders, and suicides combined. Even secondhand smoke contains a deadly mix of 7,000 chemicals. Hundreds of these chemicals are toxic and 69 can cause cancer. The tobacco industry is putting the lives of youth at risk every day.
SWAT members work locally with their county's tobacco-free partnership to advocate for policy change. Some of the tools they use include conducting surveillance, educating their peers about tobacco issues, mobilizing their community members, participating in media advocacy, and presenting to decision makers. Let's start with community mobilization and media advocacy.
And community mobilization, SWAT members help plan and execute events that will help raise awareness of tobacco issues. These activities help educate about an existing tobacco problem and offer alternatives to solve these problems.
Advocacy, as defined by Webster's Dictionary, is the act of speaking or writing in support of something. An advocate is a person who pleads another's cause.
Since 1998, SWAT advocates have been working to fight big tobacco and their addictive products. Advocacy activities may vary depending on who you're trying to reach with your message. You may decide to participate in a community event, like a parade, or you may decide to present to a parent, or a civic organization, or a government official.
Now let's talk about media advocacy. Taking advantage of the media will help get your word out to more people, so you will be more likely to obtain community support. You can use media to create short videos, hold press events, make public service announcements, write articles, or even become a guest on local TV and radio shows. Whatever you do, make sure you stay focused on the main idea. We don't want you to get too carried away in other topics. Make sure you stay on task so other people get the main idea as well. To get started with community mobilization and media advocacy, it is probably the best idea to work with your SWAT coordinator and your tobacco prevention specialist at your Florida Department of Health in your county.
Okay, you know what SWAT is, why SWAT is important, and how SWAT works in your community. Now let's talk about how you fit in. We need more diversity in our clubs. Can you help us with the fight against the industries targeting all of us? We need all talents and skills to be as effective as possible. As we said earlier, SWAT is made up of chapters and clubs in every county across the state. The counties in our state have been divided into 4 geographic regions. The Youth Advisory Board, also known as the YAB, is a board of 12 SWAT members elected by their peers from their 4 regional areas of the state.
Members on this board work with staff at the Bureau of Tobacco-Free Florida to help guide statewide decisions and plan statewide projects.
Updating satellite feed now. So, youth advocates are spread out all across the state of Florida. The kicker? How do we as a group communicate effectively and work together to take down a billion-dollar industry? Easy. With the power of technology. You can't stop the signal. SWAT youth communicate in various ways to plan regional meetings, to coordinate with other counties, and also to work on your message as a region and as a state. You can connect with other members by getting on SWAT conference calls in the click of a button. Just dial the 1-800 number provided, participating in webinars that give you the tools and resources you need to stand up and speak out. Now it's easy to get on the webinar. Just follow the link given to you on the email. Once you type in your name, you're all set to be on the webinar. You can also get involved on our social media sites like Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram, where you can connect and coordinate with other SWAT members all across the state of Florida. What's that? You ready to tell them about the website? Alright, updating satellite feed now.
Thanks, Maggie. Another great resource available to you is the SWAT website. On it, you will find sections full of helpful tools and information. The members only page is designed to be the go-to media resource for SWAT clubs. From recruiting materials to membership forms to fact sheets and information about observance days, everything your SWAT club needs to continue the fight against big tobacco is available at the click of a mouse. The website also has a fight back section with a quick rundown on policy initiatives and outreach ideas that SWAT members can use in their own counties to become advocates for change. That's all for now. Back to you.
So remember, the key to a good message is through communication. So stay connected.
Most people know someone who's been affected by tobacco. You can advocate for the next generation to be tobacco-free by getting involved with SWAT at a club level, a county level, a regional level, or a state level.
SWAT is affecting our communities across the state by providing our peers and community leaders with facts about big tobacco.
Being part of SWAT is engaging and rewarding. There are many success stories, and yours has already begun.
Each and every one of us make a difference in our own unique way. You have a chance to be a part of this wonderful difference.
So thank you for taking a stand. Now it is time to motivate and inspire our peers to join us in the fight.
We are Students Working Against Tobacco.
Welcome to SWAT.